Hi friends, thank you so much for being here. My name is Radka and I will be guiding you through wall yoga practice. The main thing you need is the wall, obviously, and then you can have a firm pillow or bolster. Block would be great too at some point, and then strap and also blanket, and I will just grab. Don't necessarily need it. If you have a socks, that should be enough, but we will be putting our legs on the wall at some point of the class, and sometimes it might be too hard on some people's feet or legs, and that's why if you feel that might be you, grab a blanket so you can soften it out. All right, today we'll start a little bit not the most traditional way. We'll be standing up. So, first part of the class will be more stretchy, and then the second half will be more relaxing, holding the posture for a longer period of time. Before we starting though, let's take like a 3 minutes to center ourselves. I will choose right now to sit on my heels. However, if that doesn't feel like a good option for you, you can first put a bolster between your calves and your hamstrings, and this can soften some of the sensation you might be feeling as you're sitting on your heels. Or you can try to use the block and bring the block between your thighs and then sit down onto the block. If this for some reason doesn't work for you whatsoever, you can just find yourself in the cross-legged seated position and feel free to use the wall as a support today. If you feel your lower back, you can sit on the bolster. Just make seated position as comfortable as you possibly can. That's what I'm asking for. So whatever that means for you. Okay. So finding your shape. Feel free to use the wall for support. And then you can have your palms down. You can have one hand on top of your chest, the other on top of your belly. That's usually what I do. However, when I have a microphone, it's really hard for me to do it. And then close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let's take 2 unified breaths together to release anything that happened before this class. So take a long, deep inhale to your nose. And then open your mouth and release all the air out. All right, nice. Let's take it one more time. Longer, deeper inhale to your nose. And then open your mouth and sign out. And then just come back to your natural rhythm of your breath. See how is your breath doing at this moment. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't pay attention to our breath at all. So see if you can spot where your breath is traveling in your body. Is it to your chest, to your belly? Can you even tell? Is your breath deep or shallow? Short or long? Is your breathing smooth or interrupted? What else can you observe about your breathing? And see if you can find any tension that you might be holding on to right now. Maybe soften your shoulders a little bit more. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Create some space between your teeth to relax your jaw. Check if you are holding a fist in your hands. Relax your hand. What else you might be gripping, holding on in your body. what else you might be gripping and holding on in your mind. Whatever is happening right now, you cannot really control what is happening outside of your practice. So truly allow yourself to dedicate this time for you because you deserve it. Fill up your own cup so then you can help others. You can take care of whatever you need to take care of, but right now, just be here in this moment with your breath, with yourself. Take a few deep breaths, extending your inhales and exhales, making them longer, fuller, smoother, nourishing every single part of your body. Last 3 breaths here. Beautiful. You can slowly open your eyes. Very nice. So before we start, I just would like to ask you if you like my videos, if you've been watching and enjoying the practices, if you can just subscribe, like my videos, or just leave me a comment. It would really help this exchange of energies and just see who is on the other side. And then I'm bringing you some values. It will help me to be more motivated to produce more videos. So thank you so much. All right. So let's just stand out. The first part of the class will be a little bit more of active stretches. So just stand up by the wall and think about think about downward facing dog. So I'm pressing my hands against the wall, and as I'm walking your feet back as back as needed, and then maybe lowering your hands slightly lower towards the floor. And I would just start gently here. So just pushing the floor away, maybe bending into your knees, and just stretching your upper body. So more bend in your knees you're gonna have, more you will be extending your upper body, pushing your hips back, pushing the wall away. And you can even walk more further if you need a little bit more stretch. And you can play around. So I'm arching my back right now and pushing my chest towards the floor. However, you can also bring your ribs in and just having a gentle neutral spine here. So spreading your shoulder blades apart and just creating as much length from your tailbone all the way towards your hands. 5 more breaths here. Play around. Feel free to wiggle your hips side to side. Whatever feels good. Just have the knees bent. We are really focusing on our upper body right now. Don't you worry, we'll be moving to our hamstrings very soon. Last 2 breaths. And slowly start extending your knees and see how this feels. We just extend the knees, straight legs, and then just lean forward and see how this feels. If this feels okay, maybe take 1 step towards the wall. And this time is up to you. Depends how tired you are. Depends where are you at. You might need a wall. For some of you might not need a wall at all. As long as you're feeling your hamstring, that's all I'm asking for. But you can also lower your hands down along the side of the wall. Or you can go all the way down towards the floor. Depends where are you at, right? So the wall is helping you to take a little bit of a gentle approach. You can also have a gentle bend in your knees as long as you're feeling your glutes, your hamstrings here. That's all that matters. That's what we're trying to stretch. But you can also grab your opposite elbows and just hang here side to side. Or if that's the case, you can also use a block. So there's lots of options, depends what serves you the most. Since it's a wall class though, I'm gonna use the wall. 5 more breaths here. And again, we're trying to not go too hard in these postures. Really gentle stretching, that's why we're using the wall. So 10-20%. Last 2 breaths. And slowly start walking your hands back. Slowly standing up here. Yes, so good. This is where I would use the block, but you don't have to. You literally can just use the wall. I'm just used to the block, so I will show you 2 different options, just for those people who may not have a block. We'll be stretching your calves. So bring the toes, let's do right foot, touching the wall. So you're trying to create a little bit like a angle, right? And then you start leaning towards the wall. So like more, I'm leaning towards that front leg. Most of my weight's gonna be in my front leg. And then I'm just leaning forward. It doesn't take too long to stretch your calf here to feel that. So just breathe towards it. This is one way you can do it. And just breathe. I will do 2 sets, so I will show you the other side as well. Other way. We'll do 30 seconds on each side. Sometimes when you might have lower back tightness or your hamstrings, you'll be surprised how much calves can be pulling all of it. So if you feel super tight, could be one reason right there. All right, step back, shake it off. We'll do the other side. So again, stepping your left foot, finding that angle that works for you, and then start leaning forward. The foot that is touching the wall, the knee is straight, and then I'm just kind of helping with the other leg, just leaning towards my calf. 30 seconds. Breathe. Ten more seconds here. And step away from it, shake it off. Whew. All right, you're gonna do the same thing, or if you have a block, this is another way to do it. So if I'm stretching my right calf, the wall is literally just for having a balance if you're doing block. I haven't done that on the carpet yet, so we'll see how this goes. So step onto the block with your left foot, so you are balancing the block, and then you're pressing the ball of your right foot against the edge of the block, and then pulling your heel down. If you want more, you can curl your right toes towards your right shin. Yes. And 30 seconds. Yeah. And just breathe. The wall is your bestie today. It's your bestie, your best friend. Here to support you in every single shape you're doing. Breathe. All right. And slowly step down. Take a moment. If you need to shake it off. Now we'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. So step your right foot on top of the block, finding your balance here, and then press the ball of your left foot to the edge of the block. And start pulling your heel down, curling your toes, And hold here. And you're actively pulling your heel towards the floor. For more extra points, curl the toes towards your shin. Last 10 seconds, breathe through it. I'm super tired today, so you can probably see it on my face. Oh, and step down. Great job. Very, very nice. Awesome. So right now we'll be focusing on our pec muscles. So it's going to be the front of your chest and your shoulder. So I'm going to show you first my right side. I won't be able to be facing you. However, you will see what I do. So facing the wall first, and then extend your right arm straight. And then as you have your right arm straight, you just bend into your elbow, having your hand in line with your elbow. And then slightly bring your elbow higher than your shoulder. And then I'm pushing the wall away from me. And then I will be staring towards anything away from the, so I'm staring at the stairs, I'm looking at the plants. There you go. And I cannot see the clock, so let's just do 10 breaths here. Trust me, it's probably better than that 1 minute I was planning on doing. And just breathe towards it. You can always go closer to the wall if it feels like too much. Last 5 breaths. 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. Slowly coming back. I know it's a lot sometimes, but it's really good for you, for opening your chest. Mostly if you're on the phone or on the computer all the time, this is a nice counter stretch. Alright, let's do the other side. So again, facing the wall, extending your arm, and then bending into your left elbow, and then lifting your left elbow slightly higher than your shoulder. And then start pulling yourself away from the wall till you find your edge. We'll be here for 10 breaths. I'm just smiling because 10 breaths to me might be completely different than to you. So you can go with me or you can go along with your breaths. Last 4. Last 2. And last 1. Very, very good. Very nice. Great job. Okay, shake it off if you need it. All right. So now we'll be moving towards the wall. So let's sit down and I will show you how to get to it. There's multiple ways. People get so creative. However, see if you can go sideways towards the wall. And then you just flip over. So I'm kind of leaning back towards the yoga mat. And then just flip over. Or sometimes people just sit down in front of the wall and then just scooching forward, forward, forward till they're close enough and then they have their legs up. So we are not having our legs up yet. We'll be stretching our inner calves, inner thighs. Okay, so I'm moving myself a little bit away from the wall with my bum. And then press your feet together and see if you can open your knees to either side. And this is the moment when maybe your feet will feel like, oh, this is too hard. This is when you can put the blanket around your feet and just make it a little bit more gentle. But since I have socks, it feels pretty nice to me. And it's really up to you how far you want to slide your heels closer to your pelvis. And then just open the knees and we'll be here for 3 minutes. So enjoy. Obviously, if this is too much, you can always slide your legs forward towards up, so it's less intense for you. And allow yourself to connect with your breath. Last 30 seconds here. That's where my clocks are, that's why my eyes keep going there. Just if you were wondering. Beautiful. Slowly close your knees like a book. Extend your legs forward. Give yourself a little bit of a moment here if you need to shake it off. Alright, we'll go into our wall supported pigeon pose. Highly recommend you need to move away from the wall for this one. So I will just press my feet against the wall and then go as far back as I can, maintaining 90 degrees here. Yeah. All right. From here, you bring your right ankle over your left knee, and then you can push your hand into it. Again, the wall makes everything gentle. If you know pigeon pose and this doesn't do much to you, then one thing, you can just bring your hips closer towards the wall. Or you can just grab a hold of your hamstring and take the foot off the wall. But it's a wall class. The wall makes everything more gentle. We'll be here just for 2 minutes on each side. Just see if you can allow yourself to be a little bit more soften, gentle with yourself. That sometimes is the hardest thing for us humans. Halfway through. And if you want more, I'm energetically thinking, pushing my left knee towards my face and my right knee towards the wall. And just give you a little bit more sensations if that's what you like. Beautiful. You can slowly bring your right foot back. Feel free to extend again or just give yourself a little bit of a windshield wiper moving side to side. If that's what you need, just kind of see what you need. And then once you're ready, we'll set up for the other side. So having your left ankle over your right knee. Again, if this doesn't feel like enough and you want a little bit more, just slightly move your hips closer to the wall. So just scooch towards the wall and then see if it feels better. 2 minutes here. See if you can soften your shoulders. I just find myself shrugging my shoulders to my ears. See if you maybe do something similar. Last 30 seconds here. And if you would like more sensation, you can start pushing your left knee away from you and then right knee towards your head, towards your face. Beautiful. Slowly lowering your foot down. From here, we'll just take it to our twist. So if you feel like you need more space, you can move away from the wall and then just roll your knees to one side. Feet can press against the wall. We'll be here for a minute on each side. If you would like to deepen the twist, just look to the other direction that your knees are. And slowly start bringing your knees back, maybe using the wall to support yourself here. Take a moment or two to reset your spine. And then next exhale, start lowering your knees to the other side. Again, feel free to use the wall to press your feet against the wall. And then move. Maybe look over to the other side. Ideally mirroring your side expressions. Last and second here. So good. Slowly coming back to the center. Take a moment here. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a windshield wiper moving side to side. From here, we'll go one more time towards the wall. So if you need to, there's a different way of doing this, but I definitely prefer me to go sideways and then just flip my legs, but you can also just keep scooching till you are close to the wall. So we have just two shapes left. If I see I do want to go a little bit closer to the wall, so my body's closer. However, for some of you who might be super tight, might be too much. So if something feels too much, you can always move yourself away from the wall and it gives you a little bit more of a more space. So this might be aggressive stretch for some of us. Opening the legs on either side. This stretch is super aggressive even though you don't feel it right now. We'll be here for 1.5 minutes. If it gets too much, just bring your legs up. The gravity is really pulling on your legs, and even though you might not feel it, you will, once we pull the legs together, you will feel the difference. So if you feel like this is not a good stretch for you, you can go back to the butterfly when you're connecting your feet together and opening your knees to either side, or you can just skip the stretch altogether. I love this stretch, but I know how much how intense this can get. 45 seconds left. Breathe. Last 10 seconds. And slowly start bringing your legs together. And just feel that. Yay! I used to be here for like 3 to 5 minutes and it's like, nope. Alright, so we are finishing with our legs on the wall. You made it. If this feels comfortable, great. If you feel like you need more support for your feet, you feel your heels against the wall already, bring a towel or blanket or wrap your legs around. Sometimes people also wrap their legs with a strap just so they don't slide out. So if that's your case, you can do that. I'm just gonna demonstrate. I actually never done this before, but I know it's recommended. So let me just do this quickly just to make it fun. Why not? Okay, sure, why not? Okay, and then if you feel your lower back, you can always slide pillow, blanket, and then your lower back. Oh dang, look. That feels nice actually. If anything else feels like needs to be supported, please take your time and put maybe under a blanket, under a pillow, underneath, whatever needs to be supported, whatever feels like your mind's gonna go towards that part of your body just because it doesn't feel good. All right, we'll be here for 5 minutes, so enjoy. This feels nice. Please stay in this posture for longer. I would maybe say another 5-10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me for this shorter practice. Hopefully you feel a little bit more relaxed, restored. Thank you again for being here. Please find those moments in the days when you can slow it down. I find myself with lots of friends, family members around me who are burning out during this time of December when we are all stressed and everything feels super fast. And we actually supposed to do the opposite, just to slow down and do less and more. So thank you for honoring that for you, for being here. I will leave my playlist in the description if you feel like you would like a music. Feel free to use that as a background. Silence is always good, but if you feel like music puts you at ease, it's a nice way of providing that for yourself. Thank you again for being here. Again, if you could subscribe, like, or leave me a comment, I would highly appreciate that. Thank you for being here again. Till next time.